Hey guys, sorry I couldn't be in class today. I had to stay home to take care of my sick daughter. I wanted to run through notes with you, okay? Even though we're not face to face right now, I wanted to make this as class-like as possible. So here's what I need from you guys right now. I need you to get out a pencil, a calculator, and a notebook. Remember our rule, just because I'm not there doesn't mean you can have your cell phones out. So there better not be any phone calculators out. Pencil, calculator, get your notebook out. If you don't have a notebook yet, buy notebook paper. 3 things. Pause this video and then we'll get started. All right, coming back. So on your paper, we're gonna stay organized. I'm gonna try to help you guys. So we're gonna put in the top corner today's date, and today's date is August 3rd. Hopefully your handwriting looks better than mine. And then another thing that we're going to do this year to stay organized is when we use our notebooks, we're going to write an I can statement. That way you guys know what it is we're trying to cover. So in your notebook, you should be writing I can use order of operations to simplify expressions. Now, hopefully you can get that all written on one line. I just ran out of space. Okay, so I'm going to wait, make sure that everybody has that written down, and then we'll go from there. If everybody has that written down, so order of operations, think you guys remember, that's going to be PEMDAS. So let's write down what that is. So PEMDAS P, that's going to be our parentheses. Again, since I'm writing it down, it should be going down on your paper. I'll give you a second to write that down. E is going to be our exponents. Now, up next is multiplication and division. I might write it a little differently than what you guys are used to seeing. I'm going to put multiplication and division on the same line. So M and D, multiply and divide. Okay. And I put these on the same line because if you have both of those operations in a problem, we want to make sure we simplify it from left to right. So all of that should be down in your notebook. If you don't like me, you don't have to write left to right in all capital letters. I like doing that just so that way it stands out more because that's a really important rule. If that doesn't make sense to you yet, going left to right, you'll see an example later that hopefully will make that make more sense. Parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide. Last, we have addition and subtraction. And again, I'm going to actually write these on the same line. Because if we have addition and subtraction, so make sure you're writing this down, please. If we have both of those in a problem, then again, we are going to simplify from left to right. There's a reminder of what PEMDAS means. Let's go ahead. We're going to run through 5 examples, and then I'm going to have you guys practice some on your own. So I need to go to another page. I'm out of space. You guys should just be able to keep going in your notebook. Okay, and each example that I write down should also be going in your notebook. Example 1, we're going to do 28 minus 3 times 7. Notice I use the dot for multiplication. That way we don't confuse it for an x later when we start solving equations. Okay, on that last page, so we said PEMDAS looks like this. You don't have to write this part down because you already have it on your paper. But looking here, so I've got subtraction and I have multiplication. Well, multiplication comes before subtraction in PEMDAS, so this is what I'm going to do first. Now, look at this. Is this 3 positive or negative? Out in front, this we're going to treat as a negative sign. So negative 3 times 7 is negative 1. 21, sorry, negative 21. Then I'm going to drop down my 28. 28 minus 21 gets me to 7. Here's my final answer. That should be in your notebook. Okay. So let's bump it up. Let's make it a little bit harder. Okay, I have faith in you guys. You guys can do this. So the second example that I want you writing down, 3 squared times the quantity 4 plus 5, close the parentheses, minus 7. Give you a second to make sure everybody has that written down. This is a plus sign. Okay. Order of operations. We want to start with parentheses. In this problem, we have parentheses. 4 plus 5 gets me to 9. Everything else I'm going to keep the same. So 3 squared still times 9 minus 7. Now, I still have parentheses here, but there's no math to do inside it. It's just a 9. So I'm going to ignore those. So I did parentheses. Next, I've got exponents. Well, I have exponents. 3 squared is going to get me to 9. 3 times 3. So 9 times 9 minus 7. We're staying organized. We're going step by step so we don't lose track of anything. Multiplication and division. Well, I've got multiplication, so that's going to get me 81. Then 81 minus 7 gets me to 74. Give you a second to write that down. This next one, so example 3, I've got 15 divided by 5 times 3. And I want you guys to try this one first on your own. And I want to see what answer you get. So pause the video, try number 3 for me. Let's see how we did. I normally see 2 different answers here. So is the answer 1 or is the answer 9? We've got division and multiplication. Well, for order of operations, they're on the same line. And we said that we need to go left to right. Well, division is what comes first here. So I'm going to do 15 divided by 5 to get 3. And then 3 times 3 gets me to 9. If you had 9, awesome job. If you had 1, you got tricked. You've got to remember, when it comes to multiplication division, we do whatever comes first. We're going to do 2 more examples. I'm going to jump to another page. Example 4 that I want you to write down is 7 times 2 plus 4. And number 5 that I want you to write down is 7 times the quantity 2 plus 4. I want you to solve both of those. You should be getting 2 different answers. Go ahead and pause the video. All right, let's see how we did. Order of operations, multiplication comes first. So I've got 14 plus 4. I'm getting 18 for number 4. And for number 5, parentheses comes first. So 2 plus 4 gets me to 6. 7 times 6 gets me to 42. Now, if you use distributive property here, that's fine. You don't have to use distributive property because it's straight numbers and we can use order of operations instead, but it's your choice. Since you have taken notes on order of operations, and we've done 5 examples together, here's the deal. I have an assignment for you guys to do. So we are going to get our laptops out, and I want you guys to go to Schoology. So pause the video, get your laptop out. If you don't have your laptop, I still want you looking up here. Once everybody's ready, go ahead and play the video. All right, since everybody has their laptops out now, what I want you guys to do is you're going to click on the week of August 3rd through 7th. Today is August 3rd, so we're going to click on this folder. And in this folder, I want you guys to work on the order of operations practice. You have 10 questions that I want you to answer. Take a quick look at the directions. Simplify it either by hand or using a calculator. Your choice. If you want to do it by hand, go for it. If you have a calculator that you can use, go for it. Remember, if you have your laptop, that on the home Schoology page, you guys can always click that Desmo Scientific Calculator to use. I am expecting, guys, scores of 10 out of 10. If you don't do well the first time, I want you to redo it until you get a better score. Okay, you guys have this. If you have questions, look back at your notes first, see if those help you. Good luck.